This is a case study on the United Airlines Flight 173. This video was created by Mekenna. On December 28, 1978, 189 people were on United Airlines Flight 173. This included 181 passengers and 8 crew members. The plane was departing from JFK in New York City, and was scheduled to land at the PDX airport in Portland, Oregon. After making a scheduled stop in Denver, the flight continued toward Portland. Near the end of the flight, the crew became concerned about a possible landing gear malfunction. While troubleshooting the issue, they lost track of their fuel status. As the aircraft circled the airport, it ran out of fuel, causing all engines to fail. The plane crash landed in a wooded suburban area, resulting in 10 fatalities and many injuries. This is the timeline of key events from the night of the United Flight 173 accident, based on the official NTSB report. This case study focuses on 3 major human factors: stress and workload management, breakdowns in communication and crew resource management, CRM, and poor prioritization of tasks under pressure. Looking at the accident through the pair model, several factors played a role. For people, the crew became distracted by the landing gear problem and were under a lot of stress. The environment added more pressure, with nighttime conditions, a heavy workload, and dangerously low fuel levels. Under actions, the crew missed critical tasks like monitoring the fuel supply. And in terms of resources, there were gaps in how the available tools, like the fuel gauges and team coordination, were used. Tracing the root causes of the crash through the 5 whys method reveals a clear chain of events. The accident occurred because the aircraft ran out of fuel. The fuel exhaustion happened because the crew failed to monitor fuel levels during the flight. Their failure to monitor the fuel was largely due to their focus on troubleshooting a landing gear malfunction. This intense focus was driven by stress and task overload. That stress, in turn, stemmed from gaps in their training and weaknesses in crew resource management practices. The crew's failure to monitor the fuel wasn't intentional. It was a lapse, likely caused by distraction and being overwhelmed with too many tasks at once. Their decision to focus so heavily on the landing gear issue was a mistake made under pressure, where they prioritized one problem and lost sight of something even more critical: their remaining fuel. According to Gary Klein, 1993, experienced people often make quick decisions by recognizing patterns from past situations. Instead of carefully comparing different options, they rely on what feels familiar, a process called the recognition primed decision (RPD) model. In high-pressure environments like aviation, this kind of thinking can be incredibly useful. It allows crews to act fast when time is limited. When people rely too heavily on experience, they may miss critical information, especially if the situation doesn't match what they've seen before. That's likely what happened on United Flight 173. The crew focused on the landing gear problem because it felt familiar and urgent. In the moment, that choice made sense to them, but while they worked on it, they didn't notice their fuel running low. This shows how relying on experience can sometimes cause tunnel vision. The Swiss cheese model shows how an accident can happen even when there are safety systems in place. In this case, each layer meant to prevent failure, like training, checklists, and communication, had small weaknesses. The crew didn't have strong CRM training, there weren't clear steps for monitoring fuel during an emergency, they weren't fully prepared to handle stress in a high-pressure situation, and their coordination broke down at a critical moment. All of these issues lined up, like holes in slices of Swiss cheese, and let the error slip through. To prevent similar accidents, flight crews need stronger training in crew resource management (CRM) to improve communication and task sharing during emergencies. Emergency checklists should include reminders to monitor fuel at regular intervals, even when troubleshooting other issues. Crews should also be trained to recognize the effects of stress and workload, so they can stay aware of critical information under pressure. These steps can help keep small mistakes from lining up into a major error, and prevent similar situations in the future. Finally, these are my references. Thank you for watching.